First Fridays in Columbus, Georgia. Make sure you get your advance tickets. But tonight, it's a sit down before the get down. I got comedians Bo Pete and Small Fry joining me on Kountry Roadz at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's start the show.
This is a podcast.
What up, what up? It's your boy MoeCheeze, a.k.a. Grits, broadcasting live from the Kountry Roadz Diner. This is the Kountry Roadz Experience. We are here on a special night. Usually you see me on Tuesday mornings. You see me on Tuesday evenings. But today you see me on a Wednesday evening right before Thanksgiving. And as you can see, we got a full house. We are here giving blessings. We got to talk about First Funny Fridays going down in Columbus, Georgia on December 2nd at Warehouse 9. Advance tickets are on sale. And actually, we got the man that's bringing it all to Columbus for you all. We got Cecil Rodgers in the building. He over there looking like he going blackout on us. He going.
I don't know what's going on.
So as y'all can see, down
dark skin brother on the camera.
Right, a little bit of light supposed to brighten your day. But as I was going to say, as you guys can see, advance purchase tickets on sale. You can call 334-200-6480 or 833-22-FUNNY to purchase your advance tickets. And Cecil, you have somewhat of a special announcement in regards to Funny First Friday as far as Black Friday goes.
Oh, yeah. This is the part that I don't like with discounting tickets. No, we have a Black Friday special. The VIP tickets or tables are generally $200. We're going to make that $160 from today until 11:59 on Black Friday.
Okay. All right. So yeah, get your tickets, get your tickets early so you can go ahead and get your VIP seats. You can actually probably go ahead and even order your bottles. You know, Columbus is big balling like that, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, go ahead and order your bottles in advance as well. But let me introduce you to the cast. So first of all, we have the host of First Funny Fridays. We have Funny First Fridays. I apologize. We have the host, Small Fire, formerly known as Small Fry. And I'm just wondering, does everybody, when they introduce you, do they have to say that?
No.
Okay, so I don't even have to. It will not be said again. It is Small Fry going here and thus forth. We also have one of the headliners. We have Mr. Funny Man. He's not a bad man. He don't claim to be a bad man. We got Mr. Bo Pete in the building.
What's up, man? How y'all doing? Small Fry. I'm sorry.
Hey, there.
I'm
good.
Small Fry.
Yeah, I'm good.
See, I'm not the only one then. I don't feel as bad.
You're right. I answer to all of them.
She said I answer to all of them. And also,
For, but I don't want to say that. no more.
Not even up and coming anymore. We have a very funny and very witty, very smart joke teller, and I don't even know if you want to call it joke telling. We have Kim Deshields here in the building with us as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
So let's get right into it. So how do you guys feel about being out on the road? I know I've spoken to a couple of different comedians. We had JJ Williamson, and we also had Dominique, and they were saying being out on the road and hitting these little clubs and spots is where you guys really, get your bread and butter. So how do you guys feel about being out on the road?
I love it. That's my life. It's been my life for the last 30 years, and I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else.
As far as you, Kim, as far as being on the road versus being on TV, which side of the tracks are you more laid on?
Well, I'd love to be on TV more. Just to be clear, but yeah, I like going out on the road. It's fun, man. I'm so excited to be working with these two vets, man. I'm super excited.
You saying these two vets? You're a vet in the game at this point.
At this point, yes. For sure.
I mean, we could go down some accolades. We could sit here and talk about all the different people that you worked with. 2008, Nick at Night's Funniest Mom, contestant on Last Comic Standing, Ladies of Laughter, Funniest Female Finalist. You worked with Mike Epps. You worked with Nikki Carr, Leslie Jones, Tracy Morgan, Bill Burr, Arnez J. And I'm being told that you can also be found on 106.3 Smooth FM, and you definitely have the voice for such.
Formally, yes, on the radio, but yeah, you can still hear my voice sometimes on the promos there. But yeah, I work with a lot of people, but yeah, it's super exciting. It's a really amazing journey, and I'm just so grateful to be able to do it.
So this would be your first time working with these two?
My second time, actually. I got to work with them recently, or in the last couple weeks. Yeah.
All right, so can you give us a little bit behind the scenes in regards to working with as you have coined them, two legends in the game?
You never get used to meeting people that before I started, I used to watch them on TV. So I'm completely like, just fanning out being around them. But they're so good. So you always have something to learn from them, and it's just an amazing experience. I don't even know if I can articulate it, but I'm super excited.
Then I would say you're starstruck. So imagine me right now. I watch all of y'all on TV, and out of a spark of a conversation, literally out of a spark of a conversation, this came together in a couple of hours, and all of y'all were available. So I definitely give thanks to that above all things. Let me switch over to Small Fire for a second. So you've been in the game for a while, and you've been in the game. Sir. I would say. At that time where I feel like it was a male-driven industry,
right,
and it was a little bit harder for the ladies to jump in. Can you give me a little bit about background of you breaking in and how hard it was to break in and have your voice heard?
Well, actually, it wasn't hard because everybody was so welcoming. So when I came in, I wasn't even grown. I was still a teenager, so they just kind of was like, "Oh, come on," and so everybody just kind of showed me the ropes. Talk to the club owner so I can get in the clubs because I didn't have any type of fake ID or nothing. So they was just like, "Man, let this girl in. She fine. So I went in. They let me do my little jokes. And then I had to leave because, they want me sipping on nobody's beer.
And you are obviously from Atlanta.
Yeah. I was born in Mississippi, but I started my career here in Atlanta.
Okay, well, you can hear all the southern twangs from all of the states, all of them. What inspired the name change?
Oh man, when my life changed, I just changed everything about me because I'm doing a whole new show. I used to do the blue comedy. Once I changed to clean, that was like my announcement by changing the name to, hey, something's different, but it's still so funny.
Did you find it harder with the switch up in comedy style? Did people, were they accepting immediately, or was it something that it kind of sort of took people to get used to?
Nah, they had to get used to it. People still getting used to it. I really had to pull away from the game because I didn't even. It's like my heart wanted to change it, but if I'm doing my jokes, like I'm at Uptown Comedy Club and doing my jokes, and they not laughing at the new stuff, I'm like, man. So I went on back to cussing. I was like, I'm gonna get this standing ovation, and so I actually had to pull away from the game for about a year, and I was just doing like schools and stuff like that, and churches building that material up and clean so I can go back into the club, with my confidence. And so now I'm like, yeah, I can go anywhere. Now I'm ready for them.
Bo, let me jump over to you as being a legend in the game, as all the different people that you've worked with, the people that you have great stages with, seeing the evolution of the game and seeing how women are now more accepted in the game. When did you see that change happen?
You talking to me?
Yep.
Um, I I never really thought. Well, when I got in the game, it was females in the game already. Laura Hayes, Linnell, they were doing it already. Thea Vidal, some more. I mean, they was all doing it already. So I didn't really know there was a problem with females doing comedy. I just noticed it was more men than females. But the females that were doing it was very acceptable, and they were very good at what they were doing. So I didn't really notice a problem, other than the numbers. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? I just figured like it wasn't enough females that was trying it. But I did notice that a female who came out on stage dressed nice but didn't have the material, they didn't give them a chance. Because the women looked at them like she all that, and the men looking like she's fine, but she ain't funny. But I'll listen to her. Men, the female was like, it was better for a female to, if she was nice looking, come out dressed down. Unless you came out dressed fly like Samoa and followed it up, you better not try to come out there all class it up and you ain't talking about nothing. Girl, niggas doing this for me and shit. I ain't gotta do nothing but just do this and this. Oh no, they wasn't having that at that time. You know what I'm saying? So the women who dressed down really had something to say. You had the Olivia Harringtons and you had the Hope Floods and Cheryl Underwoods. They were all doing it,
Right.
and I was like, wow, they speaking their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's where the numbers wasn't there, but I didn't see nobody denying women to go on stage. I didn't notice it.
Who were some of, as far as the ladies, who were some of the earlier ladies that were already in the game that inspired you guys?
When I started
Oh,
comedy,
with me,
oh,
oh, he just named his, but yeah, Chocolate, she was like the local one right
Oh
here in
man.
Atlanta. She had just did Def Jam too, so I was like, oh man, this is possible. I'm like seeing her every week, and she did it. I can do it too. So I ended up doing it like 2 years later, and then man, Wanda Smith right here in Atlanta, she was doing the big, and she was like on the biggest radio show in town. So I was just like, oh, I know these people. So I was excited about that, and then around that time, Montana Taylor, I don't know if you remember her, she ended
Yeah.
up hosting BET Comedy View. And I was like, oh man, and then at that point I knew there was no limit. As far as the guys are going, the girls are going also.
Kim, what about you now? How did you actually get your start? Like I know Small Fire has been in the game for a while. Like I said, I mean, I remember watching Def Comedy Jam, and I can remember the face. I'm not saying that I don't remember your face because obviously I know who you are now.
Yeah, I
But
was doing
I
it
remember
back then.
you coming into the game a little bit later. How did you get your start in the game?
Much later. Yeah, I actually was doing comedy in Massachusetts, and Nikki Carr scooped me up and took me on a tour in Germany, and that's how I got started. And she took me under her wing, and thank Jesus, because I was reminding Small Fry when I saw her fire, excuse me, and when I saw her just a little bit ago when we worked together, and I reminded her of a show that they had done together, and I told her what she had on, everything. I was so like, yeah, it was so like all the comedians that they've mentioned so far that definitely inspired me. Like I was watching them on TV and stuff, so when I get to see them in person, I'm just like, oh my God,
And again, everybody, thank you for tuning in to Kountry Roadz EXP. We are here with Cecil Rodgers. We have Small Fire, Bo Pete, and we have Kim Deshields. These are all going to be headliners on Funny First Fridays. That's going down December the 2nd, Warehouse 9, Columbus, Georgia. Advance tickets are on sale now, and you can actually get a discount for Black Friday. Never understood why we called it Black Friday per se, but I guess black is beautiful, so Beautiful Friday is what we'll call it. 334-200-6480 or 833-22-funny. This is being put on by New York Entertains, and we got the man Cecil Rodgers. Cecil, when you sit down to put together a group of people or a cast, like, what's the thought process when you want to pair people up, or is it based off of their availability?
Well, I mean, like, availability plays a part, but none of them know this part about this show. I had 4 other people that I was going to do Funny First Friday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 4 other people.
Everybody's face.
I've got to tell you the story. Here's what happened. I was out promoting the December show. No, sorry, the November show.
November show, right?
The Small Fry. Because I hadn't seen her in a number of years. We worked together many years ago, and I saw her, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" She was saying, "Small Fry," and right then, I said, "Who I had for the host before." I hadn't told them, but I said, "Oh, there's my host."
Oh,
A couple of weeks later, I'm just out looking around, and I bump into Bo.
oh.
I see Bo at the show, and I'm like, "Oh damn." You know what? The person that I had headlining, I got to get Bo. Because I use Bo.
Oh, man.
But I'm like, whoa. And then on that same show, I had never seen, and I'm sorry to say, I'd never seen Kim. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's the open. And that's exactly how it happened. So the other people got washed out.
It was crazy.
I knew this was the show I needed for the first one. The perfect cast.
It's sometimes things just falling together. But what did you say?
I said the crazy thing was all 3 of us on the same show that night.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I saw Small Fry before.
So y'all were actually already doing a show together when this transpired. Basically, he saw all of y'all and it was like, you know what, this is it.
Actually, I didn't know Small show, and I didn't know Kim was on the show.
Oh wow.
Had a show that night, and I didn't know who was on the show with me.
Oh wow! So
me and Small Fry way back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Now, how far back? How far back? Because y'all are legends. I'm sure y'all have worked together previously. So how far back are we talking?
Well,
like 96, 95.
Relocate to L.A. and just so happened just moved from Oakland to L.A. And she called me out the blue and said, Bo P, I'm from Mississippi. My name is Small Fry, and I'm a comedian. And I said, hey, how you doing? What's up? She said, I need a place to stay. I'm coming up. And I ain't know nobody. She tell you, I didn't know it from nobody. I said, okay, come on. And
sure did.
For what, about a year?
Yeah, a year and a half. Well, I did like 9 strong months, and I got out of there.
Yeah, I had a house full.
Now, was it that you got out of LA altogether, or you just got out of there?
True story.
No, it was like LA. I just couldn't take it, man. It was wickedness.
I've heard that.
She saw a lot of it in my house too. So.
Well, yeah. I had front row seat.
Let me. I wanted to ask. Look, I wanted to ask it. Look, I want to change all the way over that way, but I'm gonna tell you something very funny. So I don't know if y'all have Googled for the people that's watching, for the people that will watch later on, because I know a lot of people aren't even used to me coming on at this time. But if you Google Kim Deshields, the very first the very first joke that comes up is a bit surprising after you read her bio. So you read this bio. The bio is so professional, y'all. I mean, the first bio is so professional. It talks about the bachelors in theater from Spelman, and then I'm like, all right, so let me scroll down to videos. All right, this is an adult show. Very first joke title.
Oh God.
I love penis. I love penis by Kim Deshields.
Hey.
And so I was sitting there
I've
like,
never heard that. I've never heard
No,
that.
my friend
I'm
convinced
glad
me to
to
do
know
a
that.
story
That's
slam. Oh
good.
my God. And
so
it's
have things. Watch this. I'll ask an inside joke about the joke. So have things worked out? Still, like everything still turned out good.
I'm so mortified. Yeah, I mean, everything's fine. I'm so mortified. I didn't know that it was gonna follow me like that. It was just a one night of just telling, a story about my late husband, and oh God. Ah! But yeah, everything's fine.
So let me and I wanted to ask. So do you get flack? And obviously we live in a society now where things are a little bit looser. I guess it's not so taboo to speak about sexual topics. But when you first came out with these jokes, like, was there any kickback, or was it just it was all laughs? Like, what did they have the same reaction I had, where it was just so unexpected that it was like, hold on, I got to listen again so I can laugh even harder.
Yeah, I think they just considered me blue or whatever, and so I didn't get a lot of clean shows because that's just where I was at that particular time. But so I want to say that it's very limiting when you just tell jokes like that. But yeah, no, I didn't get too much kickback for that.
Y'all
My
have
You
taught.
have to listen to it.
I was about to say, y'all taught me something, because I heard Small Fire say it, and then I just heard you say it, and I didn't know what she was meaning at the first time. So blue is a comedian terminology.
Yeah,
Yes.
dirty.
This is like
Oh,
underground. Yeah, dirty.
so if
Mm-hmm.
okay, so what would you be considered now, Small Fire?
clean.
Is
White.
it?
No, just playing. Just playing.
So it's just
Clean.
clean.
Yeah.
You got clean and blue. Is there like a red? Is there like a red card in this? Anywhere? It's just
Nah,
those
I
two.
just I just used to hear the blue. Blue. You just got blue and you got clean. Then you have what you call mainstream. That's people who do a lot of black clubs, but they do a lot of white comedy clubs too, like white
Ah,
audiences.
Blue
Bo,
is not
what?
TV.
Bo, I
Blue is
can
not.
almost guess already that you're blue, but what? You're blue, right?
Who me?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm blue. I'm blue, black, purple. Yeah.
Blue, black, purple. Do you have?
I've done clean. It ain't like I can't do clean. I've done those. You do TV, you gotta do clean. You get invited to do churches or events for, when to do clean and when to not. But if you book Bo P, you want to see Bo P, you're gonna get Bo P.
Tell the people in Columbus, for the people that's watching, and for the people that will watch, and for the people that are going to be coming to the show on December the 2nd, like, what can they look forward to from Bo P?
From who?
From Mr. Bo P. I'm
Oh.
sorry, I don't know if I need to add the Mr. in.
Be clean though, because I'm gonna take a shower before the show. I always do that, so I always clean up. But for as comedy, man, you're gonna see grown folks comedy, man. You're gonna see
Yes, sir.
show.
Yes, sir.
Go see the Bo Peep show. If you never witnessed the Bo Peep show, you're gonna see the Bo Peep show. And I've been to Columbus,
Woo.
man. I get a lot of love in Columbus. Big shouts out to my man, Doodle Brown, who brought me down into the club he hosts. I've been down there. I think I did it more in 1 year than anybody. That kept requesting me back. So I love Columbus. So now my man Cecil is taking us to another venue, and hopefully we have the same crowd come out to that, and some more people that never seen Bo P. You never seen Bo P, you better come out and check it out. Small Fry and Kim Deshields. We're gonna rock that thing, man. I'm telling you.
Bo, let me.
I know it.
Yeah, random question. I don't know how many people ask.
You got two females backing you up. A man. It's a man got to have a good woman on his side. I got two, so can't hurt.
There you go. Your name. your name. Is it a nickname or?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we ask how did you get the nickname?
My grandmama couldn't remember my name, and she started this boy, come here, boy. And then she had to find a name for me, and she just started calling me Bo, and no reason, just Bo. Then my first name was Preston. Then it started Bo P. Come here, Bo P. And so it just stuck with me when I went
Wow.
to Hollywood and I had to join a union. And I tried to sign up to the union, and my regular name was the same as somebody else's. So I had to pick a
Oh.
name. So it
Oh
came
wow.
O.P. Barnes, which is my name.
Okay. See, we digging in the crates.
Just grandmama, just
Oh yeah.
something to call you.
I was kind of
That
with
was a
you on
Jeopardy-
it.
We got a Jeopardy question.
My grandmama just wasn't gonna
Right.
call my whole name, so it just became Mo. It was just Mo.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now we got somebody else that actually has a nickname on here that I would like to find out where this nickname came from. Kim,
God.
Why are you busting that out?
aka Boney.
Yeah, so when I
Oh.
first started,
Well, now.
they called me Boney, and I because I just didn't want to shame my family because I was talking about some really crazy stuff, so I didn't use my real name. And then as I started doing comedy and meeting comedians in New York, they were like, "No, you should use your real name." And so I think like Kenny Williams and maybe Freddie Ricks or somebody like that was like,
Freddie Ricks, genius.
"Yep, you should use your real name."
Yes,
So,
Lord.
and I
Oh
said,
man.
I just was hiding though before.
See, that is that first joke. That first joke was following you around. Again, y'all, we are here with Cecil Rodgers, Kim Deshields, Bo Pete. We got small fry. Look, I keep wanting to say small fry. It keeps wanting to come out.
You can say it. You can say it. You can say it. People, a lot of people, it's just that's the only name they know anyway. So.
Funny First Fridays going down December the 2nd, Columbus, Georgia. You can get your advance purchase tickets. Number is on the bottom of the screen, 334-200-6480 or 833-22-FUNNY. I got a million questions, but I know I'm going to get to interview y'all again. So,
I'd like to make an announcement.
Yes,
Can I make an
ma'am.
announcement?
Yes, please.
Because this is the first show and I'm hosting. We all cussing. No, I'm just playing.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. But I don't want people to think, just because I'm clean, that everybody that has to be on the show is clean. Because I know the comedian when I started calling in the book, when they was like, I gotta be clean. I'm like, no. This is a grown folks show. And we're gonna talk about grown people material. So grown people show up.
We on to Saints and the Sinners.
Say that.
Yeah,
we gonna do
we
what?
want the Saints and the Sinners.
We
We want the Saints and the Sinners.
We're gonna have a revival.
Yeah.
Hey Mo, can I say something?
Absolutely.
I just want everybody out there to know that this lineup is amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. Y'all need to come out. I mean, I said it before. I had 4 different people. And when I saw each of them again, I said, this is the one. This is what Columbus deserves. And they're going to bring it. So y'all ought to come on out and get this started.
This is what Columbus
I've got the host
deserves.
of all hosts.
Yes.
I
We're
love
going to
it.
have a great time.
And Columbus again. I'm gonna be posting this video over and over again, trying to get y'all out.
Thank you.
What was that, bro?
I said we got the Black Friday tickets on sale too. So hey, man, the man doing it right. You're doing it right.
While you go to Amazon to get that TV, you might as well go ahead and get these tickets early too.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cecil, what are you looking forward to the most about this show?
Well, I mean, I have to look at the big picture, and I'm looking at the entire series. We're going to be doing this every month, the first Friday. So big picture, I had to come out with a show that would make people want to come back. And that's why there's a Kim on this show. That's why there's a Bo on this show. Daryl wasn't able to be with us. He's at a Hawks game. But that's why there's a Daryl on this show. And it's hosted monthly by somebody I know is going to kill him. So that's what I'm looking at, the big picture. Then, of course, as you know, quarterly, we'll be doing the Drop the Mic series, where we'll be at the River Center with the 2,000 seats. And do I want to give this much away? Yeah, I will. Also, nationally, we'll be doing shows. So I've got, like my gunners for the bigger shows all over the country.
And if you missed the last show at the River Center for the Drop the Mic, number one, that was my first time going into the River Center, and it's beautiful. The presentation was beautiful. Cecil had the spread was beautiful. Backstage was set up nice, so definitely looking forward to the next series to come down. But I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys as well on December the 2nd at Funny First Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know we are limited on time, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a break so my ladies can get back to life as it is. Bo P, you gonna hang tight with me for a minute? All right, Cecil, you gonna hang with us for a second?
Yeah, Kim, thank you so very much for getting up for me. Yo, my Princess Small Fry. Thank you, dear.
Hey,
Y'all do me one favor.
We're all gonna be hanging a lot.
I was gonna say, do me one favor. As far as your social media tags, how can people follow you guys? How can they go check out your clips as well?
Mine's real easy. Comedian Small Fire. That's on everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook.
I push that it's on everything, is what she said.
MySpace, yeah.
MySpace, Black Planets.
Kim, how can they get to you?
Mine, my IG is Bone Boogie, and my that's Freddie Ricks gave me that coined that term. So phrase. So I'm also just my regular name on Facebook, and that's it. I don't have any other social media. Or on YouTube too. Yeah.
Don't y'all like how humble she is? She played herself down so easy just now. It's just my regular name. Like her regular name's not big.
And she's gonna blow him up.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The people gonna be out to see y'all. Hey, we're gonna take a quick break. Thank y'all again for joining the show. Make sure you go get your advance purchase tickets for Funny First Friday going down December the 2nd. That is next Friday. You can call 334-200-6480 or 833-22-FUNNY. It's your boy MoeCheeze, aka Grits, from the Kountry Roadz Diner. Thank you to my guests.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you all too much. Y'all so kind. But if y'all don't mind, the next selection we like to do for y'all is, Kountry Roadz. Check me out. She told me not to be so cold, said a true OG, you let y'all motherfuckers know about some real pimpin'. And not just sitting on your lows, cause all your rims spinning. Don't make it down her country road, you got to get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up now. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, yeah. Get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up now. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, yeah. Get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up now. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, yeah. Get your ass up, get your ass up. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, off I go and it's a heater. Rotten something swerving, conjunctions conjured by the tweeter. This one here's a lesson, look like that I'm gon' play the teacher. Instant classic, I knew it when it blew the back speaker. Hater, ancient, James it rain it show no pains, man. That you're going far away and the light just ain't gon' bring me. Say I got this gift for gabbing, the game just ain't gon' change me. Say the writing's on the wall and that shit is written plainly. Got a fetish for divas, popping tags and blowing reefer. Hanging with my people, you gotta know it don't get no sweeter. How they supposed to keep up? One left nut talking about they bust. Take 2 steps back, stop fucking with us, cause I'd be dead wrong if I roughed you up. But she told me not to be so cold, said a true OG, let y'all motherfuckers know about some real pimpin'. And not just sitting on your lows, cause all your rims spinning. Don't make it down her country road, you got to get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up now. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, yeah. Get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up now. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, yeah. Get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up now. your ass fascinated with the story of Muskogee one. How many different ways we supposed to come? 3, 5, 4, 4, just might throw some. Take away your breath and expose your lungs. You can tell the way I stroll alone. The kid got the golden tongue, make him weak in the knees to the toes and numb. Baby lick shot with a mama's gun. Well, Papa got a brand new bag, tricks and mad clips, so aim for the sky. Grip tight, squeeze and fire. Black in the barrel, why did I pimp my pen, like pimpin'. Kid don't want it, then have reach for the roof in the Holiday Inn. Then me feel good in my moccasin. Mama say, Mama sa, ain't one spit it like noir. Slim pickings here, pimp, hurrah. Polish up your repertoire. Always bon voyage and au revoir. To your big ass crib and your nice ass car. Got 4 TVs with card and all. But a thick ass bra said no. Oh, she told me not to be so cold. Said a true OG. You let y'all motherfuckers know about some real pimpin'. And not just sitting on your lows, cause all your rims spinning. Don't make it down her country road. You got to get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, yeah. Get 'em up, hit 'em up, get 'em up. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, yeah. Get 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up. Get your ass up, get your ass up. She told me, she say what she say. Don't be so cold. Said a true OG. Now what she say, what she say. Let y'all motherfuckers know, let y'all motherfuckers know. You got to get 'em up, get 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, get 'em up, hit 'em up, get 'em up, hit 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up. Get your ass up, get your ass up.
But I can't see it right now.
All right.
We're going back on.
We are back. We are back. It's your boy MoeCheeze, aka Grits, broadcast live from the Kountry Roadz Diner.
Hey, I'll talk to you later.
We're here with Cecil Rodgers. I got Bo Pete in the building with us as well. Like I said, I know Bo had a little extra time, so I ain't want to alleviate you from the questions, but I wanted to make sure we gave the queens their time because I don't want no problems on December the 2nd, sir.
No problem.
All right, so Bo, I had some other questions that I wanted to get into with you because you've done so much outside of comedy. A lot of people don't know that you actually had a film that was nominated in the Savannah Film Festival, right?
Yes, I did. Called Katrina Ground Zero.
Okay, and we talked a little bit, and I actually got to go look at some of the clips. And you were telling me, you were giving me the interesting story of how the project even came to be. So if you would, could you share that with the listener audience?
Yeah, I had actually moved from LA back to Biloxi about 6 months before Katrina happened. And I didn't know that, I knew about hurricanes and stuff, but I didn't know I was going to be in one. And so when it happened, man, I had, the day of the hurricane, I luckily had left, which I wasn't going to leave. Like, some kept telling me to leave, but I wasn't going to leave. But a friend of mine had a wedding, and he asked me to come up there to his wedding. When I went up there, the weather got so bad they wouldn't let me go back to my house. And so I had to go to my mom's house, which is 155 miles away from where I live. And so I waited out the storm there. But I went back right after the storm when they let me get back to my property. And that's what I came back to. People, man, there was people hanging in trees. They were dead, of course. There was bodies everywhere. The dogs were sniffing out bodies and trying to get ice. They were trying to get food. And I was going through it with them. But I had a girlfriend with me at the time, so she was waiting in line. So I've always had a camera with me all my life, So I would just start shooting, and I just started seeing what the people were going through, and I documented what was on their mind at the time, not thinking I'm going through it too, but I was so caught up in what they were going through, and I didn't think the footage was going to ever be worth anything. I didn't do it to do no documentary. I was just videoing what I saw. And then when it was all over, I had to relocate. And Atlanta is where I relocated to. So once I pulled the footage out and started looking at it, I started crying. I didn't realize what I was going through and what I was doing, and I was helping people. I had a truck, so I was taking ice to neighborhoods, food. My friend was in the military, and he would bring those MP with the MR3, what they call the food from the military.
The
nasty.
No,
I know what you're talking about as far as the food packages.
Whatever it was, something. But he would bring cases and cases to my house. So instead of me just being, stingy and keeping it all, I was sharing it, driving around the neighborhoods, giving it away. As you can see in the videos, I was feeding people and getting ice to people. And when I put it together and somebody saw it and said, man, you ought to put it in the film festival. And I put it in the film festival, and I didn't win, but I came in 5th place in the documentary section. And I didn't think nothing about it. I wasn't trying to make money on it, but the University of Harvard Medical School saw the video somehow. They was at the film festival. They contacted me, and they licensed the rights from the film for 5 years to teach a class on what the human mind went through in the worst catastrophe at that time in U.S. history.
Wow.
This is deep. Like, that's like when your bio says that you have touched lives around the world, like you have literally touched lives around the world, not only with your efforts during Katrina, but to be able to capture that footage, and for that footage now to be at a prestigious university like Harvard and being used in a classroom setting. Like, how was that feeling when you got that phone call?
Man, when I got the letter, I couldn't believe it. I got the letter, and I was reading it, and I kept reading it and reading it and reading it, and they contacted me. And so there's no money, involved. But we would like to send you this letter of appreciation if you like to do that. And I was like, I didn't ask for any money. I didn't even know someone like you would actually even consider my work. And that was enough for me. And they eventually offered me some money in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I didn't want no money, but I took it.
You know what I said? That part was add on.
That's funny.
Yeah, but
that's amazing,
man. That's the way that happened. Yeah.
Wow,
that's awesome.
I mean, that is just to think about. Like I said, and you, like you said, you weren't filming it with the intent to release the documentary. It kind of sort of just fell together. And like I said, that situation with Harvard is just that's just amazing. Now you've also done some movie producing as well. I know you shared a movie that you were doing, a documentary that is Married to the Game.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Life crazy. Nobody ever saw it, but that movie changed my life.
Yeah. Okay, how so?
Married to the Game is a story of the person who gave Suge Knight the money for Death Row Records. His name was Harry O. His wife's name was Lydia Harris, and Harry O, his name was Micah Harris. And they had, tried to find several people to do this film, and because of their blood Crip affiliation, they couldn't find anybody to do it, being biased, down the line and tell the truth, and that's all it was, not being one-sided. So they found my country ass, and I didn't know who Harry O was or nothing, and didn't know who Lydia Harris was or nothing. And I was working with the artist. If you see the video, the part that's animated,
right?
Me and that guy was working together doing some animation projects, and I was a video editor for him. And he was doing that part for them, and told him, my guy, man, he know how to do all that. And I didn't know the project that I was taking on. And the project had such a strong background to it that no production companies, distribution companies would take it because of the threat from the people involved. Suge Knight and David Kenner and, all the lawyers and everything. So they kind of scared people away from the project. So the project never got distributed. And because of that, I got a lot of flack from, some people who death threats and stuff like that. So I had to uproot myself and move to a whole different place in the country and live from there, and had to stay kind of underground for a while. And, it was crazy, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it got, as they would say, it got real.
Got real quick.
Okay.
My
all
country,
right.
know the people involved. And when I did it, man, and it was crazy, man. It was crazy. It was really crazy. The first time I met Lydia Harris, I just saw a bunch of black cars coming up the street. I'm like, who? That the FBI, the CIA, or what it is? And she got out of the car with boxes of evidence of they own the company and just how it started. And I took about 3 months to look at all the material, decide before I even decided to do it. That's how much stuff she had. And I was like, well, it looked like the truth to me. And I'm gonna just tell it the way I see, I see it. And that's what
All right.
did.
All right, y'all. We are speaking with comedian Bo Pete right now. Bo will be on the roster for Funny First Fridays coming up December the 2nd, 9 p.m. Warehouse 9 in Columbus, Georgia. Again, you can get your advance purchase tickets.
It's gonna be stupid. I'm telling you now. It's gonna be stupid. Don't come holding back. Come prepared to laugh and bring you some extra diapers and extra panties if you need to, so you can dry them off and put them in your bag, take them home, because it's gonna be a whole lot of leaking.
He said there's gonna be a whole bunch of leaking.
What's that rap? What's the rap? Got them leaking? We're gonna have you leaking that night. I'm telling you.
And listen, I'm telling people now, and baby, you just had to jump in. That's my side co-host, y'all. Baby, he always likes to be recognized. I'm telling people, you better buy your advance purchase tickets. Y'all saw how the weather changed in Georgia in the matter of like 2 hours. It went from being nice and sunny to 27 degrees. You don't want to have to stand outside on a Friday wearing your good clothes.
I'm glad this is right before the election too, because Herschel gonna mess it up. So I'm glad we're gonna do this before the election, because him and Warnock gonna mess up the whole thing.
Hold on. So, Bo, did you say you had a conversation with him?
Yeah, I talked to Herschel right after the election, and he found out it was a runoff. He said, "Is it runoff? Oh, I got this. I can run 40 yards. I can run 40 yards faster than him." I said, "Herschel, it's a runoff. So the vote. No, 40 yards, Dad. I got this. He ain't gonna beat me no 40 yards." 40 yards. That's all. Yeah, I got this.
Now
let me tell you something. Politics to me now is the most ugliest business in the country, man. Because it's all dirt, bringing up dirt against each other. Nobody's saying what I'm gonna do for you, what's gonna make it right. But everybody now is telling you what he's doing wrong, what he said, why he's bad. But ain't no good in nobody right now. I don't see good in nobody as a politician, because the political world, you don't make a lot of money in that seat. The salary is not there, but the power, the prestige, and the things you get away with is why they win. It's why they want to be there. And that's why I don't trust no politician, because nobody has our interests at heart. It's all their own interests.
Yeah, you gotta admit. Now you're a Georgia resident, right?
Yeah.
You gotta admit. You did you look at the election results?
Yes, man.
Were you a little bit devastated when Stacey didn't win?
A little bit devastated. I said, how can y'all vote for a dummy? A straight up dummy, this man. The man the other day said, this election, I'm going to win this election too. He actually said that. Yeah, I'm going to win this election. I said, hold on, Herschel. You didn't try to correct yourself or nothing. Just left it out there.
I would have just told Herschel, look, I try to win all of mine too, sir. Definitely try to come in first, right. Literally, pun intended. Right. Now, you back in the days, you were probably one of the diciest comedians, and you told jokes with absolutely zero filter. I mean, the jokes that you used to tell reminded me of Red Fox, Richard Pryor, when you just gonna get down to like you again, you had no filter. Have you seen here recently with cancel culture, with people being extremely sensitive and wanting to put immediate titles on other people? Have you had to pull back from your style?
That's a good question. People keep telling me to pull back, but I keep going forward. My style of comedy is I'm not telling you to think that way. It's just the way I see life, and I think I should be able to say that. I mean, the way I see it, the way it's presented to me, and the things I see going on in the world, I should be able to speak on without anybody, without any, without any filters. I mean, a lot of people getting canceled. Maybe that's why I don't post as much stuff as I should, because I know I'd have been canceled a long time ago. And so I really love the stand-up comedy more than the television and movies. I love stand-up more than that. I do television and movies, but I love the stand-up because it's that freedom that when you stand up there with that microphone, it's just you against the audience and you against the world, and to have people listen to the next thing you're going to say and sit there for 45 minutes to an hour and a half, ever how long, you up there, is something, to me, it's a powerful thing to do, because you can lead and persuade people with your thoughts, just like you see now and going on with Kanye and Kyrie and other people speaking against them, but they feel like Kanye and Kyrie, but they scared to say it because they got other things they can lose if they do say it. But trust me, I've been in behind the walls and in the houses with some of these same people who are speaking out like he said the wrong thing, but they feel the same way, but they just can't say it. And so with my comedy, I've been able to say it, and I really ain't had nobody other than a few people in the industry saying, man, you too raw, you too rough, you too this. But I'm seeing other people get away with it. So why you gonna filter me? You want to be selective on who you filter. You know what I'm saying? And, you only want a certain amount to get away with it. It's always been that way. Cosby and Red Fox and Richard, they all three was different. And they all was unfiltered. And they all did a different way. Cosby just happened to be a cleaner way of doing it. And Richard was a more aggressive way of doing it. And Red was a downright dirty way of doing it. So Richard was a little more aggressive on crossing that line. And Red was more of like, hey, I'm a grown man. This is where I talk. And this is where I see it. And Cosby was clever enough to be able to have the intelligence to do both ways. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
So that, it's still that way to this day. You got people there like Dave Chappelle. I played you some of my clips. I've said the same thing he said. They tried to run me out of Hollywood. They tried to tell me I was too country, you too raw. But they let Dave say it, and it's okay. They let a few other people say it, it's okay. But don't try to dictate now how I do it, and you letting other people get away with it. I've heard some white boys talk worse than black comics ever on stage, dog. God rest his soul, Bob Saget. If you ever go to a Bob Saget show,
oh man,
he used to host the game show, the little game show. Man, if you went to a Bob Saget show, dog, you heard some of the dirtiest comedy in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't try to filter some and let some through.
And people gonna look at this and be like, Bob Saget. Yes, Bob Saget. Bob Saget used to tell some hellacious jokes. Like, did he just say that?
Right. Yeah.
Cecil, you see anything as far as now with you having your foot in the comedy realm for so long and working around comics? Do you see where they're having to be more filter or take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit these days?
Well, I come from it from a different angle. I'm putting the show out there. The comics are on stage doing their thing. Now, to answer your question, yes, there's people who want pushback and want them to slow down a little bit, but I don't ever ask any comic that works with me to slow down. I want them to go on stage and do what they do. That's, my thing is to figure out how to get people in the building. Their job is to make it happen once in the building. So I don't get in their way.
Has there ever been a show that you put on where a comedian said something? I don't want to know who the comedian was, but a comedian said something and you immediately were like, oh my God, I can't believe this.
You know what? That's interesting you bring that up. The answer to your question is never a comedian. But many years ago, I did a show with Luke Skywalker. And at the time he was coming, like he had the girls get naked on stage. And the city that we were in, the police told me, said, listen, if they get naked on stage, not only are they going to jail, but you going to jail with them. And don't you know? Yes, he did.
I was gonna say they did the same thing in Columbus, Georgia. They went to jail in Columbus.
But in this particular city, they weren't feeling it. And yes, I woke up that morning needing bond.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Anytime, Bo, anytime you told a joke, and I'm sure as many stages you use grace. Has there ever been that one joke where once you told it, you knew like, damn, I think I just offended a lot of people. I don't think that one went over so well.
Yeah, I did. I used to do a joke about Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott having sex.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. See now I want to hear the joke.
Yeah, and he did it, and he was doing it in Atlanta. Oh my Lord!
I was doing it, and everybody used to love the joke. No. I stopped doing the joke because people loved it too much, and I like somebody brought it to my attention. Like, man, you talking about an iconic figure there. I like, man, it just, the way I thought him and Coretta, how he would, go to come in the house and how he would ask Coretta to, I want you to lick from the curvaceous. From my hip to the cracker.
I wonder. Oh man, that's so horrible. This is about to be horrible. I wonder when he woke up, did he?
Michael Jackson joke. I used to do a Michael Jackson joke.
Oh, the Michael Jackson joke.
Dying, crying, laughing on about it, and I stopped doing it too.
You can they can find the Michael Jackson joke on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. They don't know what it is. You say if you wouldn't know it was the Michael Jackson joke the way I posted it.
Nah, you wouldn't.
Cause I talk real crazy, man. But I always said I wanted to be different than anybody else. I didn't want to sound like anybody else on stage. I didn't want my comedy to sound like I bit off anybody's joke. I wanted to be original, and I wanted to stand alone. And that's what I do with my comedy. I mean, when you come hear my comedy, you're not going to hear the influence of anybody. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, my influence was Richard Pryor, Red Fox, like you say, Bill Cosby, all them cats, Joan Rivers, and all them kind of people, Red Skelton, and Bob Newhart, and I used to love to listen to them kind of cats. Benny Hill, who didn't even say a word, one of my favorite comics. So I just took a little bit of all that and I really researched how they presented their comedy to different crowds. And how would you, how you deliver your comedy and be who you are and not change? Because I used to change my set in front of this crowd, that crowd, this crowd, that crowd. And when I decided, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore, I'm going to be me and sell who I am and let them decide whether they like it or not.
I love it.
Trying to read a crowd, I want the crowd to buy into what I'm saying and what I'm, just realize it's comedy. You know what I mean? And it's the way I do it. And I tell y'all, if you come out, if you don't like my show, I'll give you your money back. But it's going to take 3 to 5 black business days for me to get it back to you. Okay? Not just regular business days, but 3 to 5 black business days before I can return your money. But if you don't like my comedy, I'll send your money back for your ticket.
And just a disclaimer there, that money's coming back from Bo.
5 black business days. Wait for that one.
And again, y'all, you could come out funny first Fridays, December 2nd, Columbus, Georgia, Warehouse 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can get your advance purchase tickets by calling 334-200-6480, 833-22-FUNNY. This is being put on by New York Entertains, and we have Cecil here with us. We got Bo Pete here with us as well. Before I let you go, we're just gonna ask a couple quick questions. What you got for me?
Can I say something real quick about Cecil? This brother, I came off the stage that night. He gave me his card, and he said, "Man, want to get in touch. Been wanting to get in touch. Here's my card. I got a show for you." I said, I was, I had my wife with me, so I was trying to make sure she was okay. So I was moving through the crowd, talking to people. Didn't realize I had met him years ago. We had done some shows together years ago. And so, of course, I got the call, like, "Hey, man, I got this show for you, I'm like, "Okay, man, it's all good." And he's like, "No, you don't realize who I am." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "I used to work with you years ago, man. We lost contact." He said, I live in New York. I came all the way down here just to see you. When I heard you was going to be on the show, I came just to see you. That's what you mean. You came just to see me. He said, I came just to see you if you still the same Bo P I remember. And that's how this show again came about. He called me the next day, like, I want you on this show. I like, okay, brother. He said, who's that? You know, so that's how flattering it is to make sure when I go on stage, I try to perform for 2 like I do 2,000. You know what I'm saying? No crowd is too small because I'm from one of the smallest towns in Mississippi, under 210 people. So I'm always flattered when people come out to see me. So I'm always gonna give them a show. And so that's one thing I've always prided myself in is never let no show be too small and no show be too big. I treat every show the same and I perform the same way for everybody. And I appreciate this brother reaching back after all these years and say, hey man, I want to do some more work with you. Let's go. And so that's how
this is just the beginning. We're back. We back in contact. I'm about to buy you a brand new house.
Uh-oh.
Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Cause that shack I got about to fall down, man.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, I'm gonna let you guys get up out of here so I can go edit this show and we can get this out so we can get these ticket sales up. I did want to ask you before I let you go, and I know I'll have another opportunity to get with you on December the 2nd, which I'm looking forward to as well. Were there any comedians while you've been coming out? Has there been anybody? And I think I asked Cecil the same question. I like to ask everybody this one. Anybody that you got starstruck by, or you know, because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I can't believe I'm actually interviewing you guys. Has there ever been anybody that you were around that was just like, oh shit, I got my opportunity to meet this person?
Richard Pryor. I was able to meet him at the Comedy Store one time, and it wasn't too many words passed, but I was just in awe. I was able to shake his hand and say, hey, Mr. Richard, I love your comedy. And in that conversation, David Banks, everybody know David Banks was like Richard Pryor's right-hand man for a long time, for years. And David actually came to me, because I performed that night at the Comedy Store. David came to me and said, man, Richard, like you, he's boy, you remind me of Richard. I want to mentor you. I want to talk with you, guide you. And David Banks, man, is one of the guys who told me, stop changing where you go and be who you are and give it to him. And that was a changing point in my career when he told me, just give it to him. Don't be changing up. Don't try to be who you ain't. Give it to him. And that was one of the, I mean, other than that, man, I've worked with some cats. Like one of the first people I went on the road with was T.K. Kirkland. I learned a lot from that brother, being a showman, on how to deliver your jokes and how to greet your crowd and you know, and how to respect your audience. And even though he talked some of the craziest stuff ever on stage, but the man is a showman and he knows how to promote and market himself. And working with him was a great experience. First going out on the road, he taught me a lot. And that's one of the brothers that really showed me the ropes was T.K. Kirkland, man. Yeah.
T.K. is something. T to the bump K.
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't no big movie star, television star, but as a comedian, he was, you know, Eddie Griffin was the man. Eddie Griffin's another brother that I really look up to, man. I love his style of comedy. Eddie Griffin's a very powerful entertainer, man.
Definitely. Any projects that you have coming out other than being on the road? Any projects people can be looking for?
Yeah, man, it'll be coming out soon. Me and DC Curry, and we got a reality / sitcom / mockery of Beverly Black husband of Beverly Hills meets Duck Dynasty type of thing.
Oh man,
country is called Nappy Valley. Matter of fact, we shooting the last episode November 30th, and it's gonna be coming out soon. So look out for that. I'm supposed to be playing in a play coming up too, man. We're looking at me playing Red Fox in a play. Red Fox's grandson now owns the rights to his intellectual properties, and he's putting on a play, and he's chosen me to play Red Fox in the play. And also I got a sports memorabilia show. I do also, that's coming out soon too, where we actually, it's kind of like QVC of sports with Brian Jordan and a few other, a lot of NBA legends, Dale Ellis and a lot of them. where we sell sports paraphernalia, and I'm kind of like the guy who keeps it light side of sports.
That's what's up. You got a lot going on, sir. That's what's up.
I got my own studio right now too, man. Studio right here. We produce a show every Wednesday night with DC Curry called Disrace, DISRACE. It's on YouTube every Wednesday night live. Broadcast right here in my own studio. Me and my man William Brown and Uptown Comedy Corner right here in Atlanta. We broadcast live every Wednesday.
Awesome. Cecil, matter of fact, Bo, how can people get in contact with you via social media, and how can they check out what you got going on? How can they follow you?
I'm BOP. B as in boy, O as in Oscar, P as in Paul, BARNES. My last name, Bo P. Barnes, on everything.
And Cecil, you got anything for me before we get up out of here?
Well, just thank you again for giving us, let us hang out on your platform. Just remember that you can get back with us at NY Entertains on Facebook to follow us, and reach out to us at 833-22-FUNNY if you want to speak to us. And come on out December. I mean, it's an awesome show. Bo's here, Daryl Dam, Kim Deshields, and hosted by Small Fire. It's going to be awesome. So just come on out, support us. We'll be here every month.
Again, y'all. Funny First Fridays going down December 2nd. Advanced purchase tickets are on sale. This is in Columbus, Georgia, Warehouse 9. You can call 334-200-6480 or 833-22-FUNNY. Make sure you go follow New York Entertains on Facebook. Make sure you go follow my guest, Bo P. Barnes, on social media. Make sure you go holler at Small Fire on all social media platforms. And as Kim Deshields said, you can just follow her by her name, because she gonna act like the name ain't big. But make sure you go follow all of our guests. I want to say thank you to all our guests. Cecil, thank you once again. Thank you to all the listeners, to the people that were watching live. Appreciate you. And for the people that's going to check us out on the replay, we definitely appreciate you. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It's your boy MoeCheeze, a.k.a. Grits. We are signing off from the Kountry Roadz down. I will see y'all on Tuesday, unless I do a pop-up show before then, and you know it might happen.